From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big day as $1,400 third stimulus checks are landing by direct deposit in big banks across the country. But some viewers are reporting non-receipt of their $14 stimulus check by direct deposit, including some of those on SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Rural Benefits, including some that use the Direct Express card. Meantime, minutes ago, a new report indicates problems with TurboTax and again with H&R Block. What's going on? I have the breaking details. The President of the United States addresses the situation in Atlanta in a new video. I have that new video from the White House minutes ago, talking while speaking with the head of Ireland. Then Dr. Fauci updates us about what's going on with stimulus and also reopening of this country and how it impacts the coronavirus. The Federal Reserve releases its FOMC notes, and they're all great for fourth stimulus. SNAP makes a major deal, and that major deal could impact you as well. Across the board, there's a lot happening, and I'll tell you when and where you can get your $14 stimulus check if you don't show it pending right now. It's a big afternoon with exciting, great news. I'm so excited you're here. Just save me some green beer. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's time for Afternoons LALATE. Do you need the luck of the Irish to get your stimulus check on time? Well, maybe I do. Did the leprechaun steal your stimulus check? Well, we will go over that as well. What a big, exciting day across the board. I'm so excited you're here. How are you? And happy St. Patrick's Day. It's Afternoons LA. How are you? Congratulations. Some viewers got their stimulus check, a lot. And throughout the day, while I've been live with you throughout the day, I've been seeing the progression of more viewers getting stimulus checks as the day goes on. That's great news. And that signals what could happen tomorrow. Yes, more of you would see it post by direct deposit tomorrow. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe because I'll be going live with you in another video right after this. And I don't want you to miss any of the details about this direct deposit situation of your $1,400 third stimulus check. I have breaking details bank by bank, and I'm going to be going over them in a second. I'll also be going over what's happening tomorrow by direct deposit. I'll also be going over some of your questions as well, and a lot of other details. So make sure you subscribe. Also like this video, and it really helps the more you like the video. Let's see if we can get to 4,000 or 5,000 likes in this video. Also consider becoming a member. The link is at the top of the chat and also in the pinned comment. $1,400 third stimulus checks started appearing in some bank accounts last Friday. More on Saturday. Then some on Monday. Today, some posted at 12:01 a.m., some posted in the morning, some posted midday, and some posted just in the video right before this. So what's going on? Some customers that are viewers of this channel report a stimulus check in their bank account, and then other viewers of this channel that bank at the same bank don't report it yet post it. I'll go over those banks in a second. But breaking news minutes ago is a new report that says that some customers are reporting problems getting their stimulus check if they are H&R Block customers and TurboTax. TurboTax and H&R Block both issued statements saying that's a small situation. I do know that I have seen viewers of this channel reporting problems from TurboTax. I have yet to see a single viewer receive a stimulus check from TurboTax yet. I have reported seeing stimulus checks from viewers on H&R Block's Emerald card as early as last Monday. So that is sort of the contrast that we have. How about bank by bank? Let me go over bank by bank. We know that viewers of this channel have reported getting checks in a bank, and then another viewer that banks at the same bank has reported not getting it. But let me go over which banks we have shown incredible progress throughout the day. Viewers have reported receiving stimulus checks from Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase. They also report from Citizens, receiving it from Citizens Bank, PNG, Bank Corp, Chime, Cash App, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People United Bank, US Bank, PNC, and Navy Federal. This is as of 1:30 Pacific Standard Time on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Now, the day is still young, so you could still see the deposit occurring later today. That's the first set. What's going on with the Direct Express card? More about that in a second. But what should you know if you just heard that list of banks and you shop at those banks, you bank at those banks, one of those banks, and you have not received your stimulus check? Don't worry, it's too early to worry. When should you worry? Maybe the end of next week. Not too, it is way too early to worry. Number one. Number two, it could still appear from one of those banks later today. Number three, it could appear tomorrow. Now, here's something else to know. If you bank at a bank and I did not mention it, and you have not heard anyone else receive it from that bank, that's good indication that you're fine, because that might be landing tomorrow. I had a lot of banks where viewers said, nope, 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 and collectively it was a big no. That means the stimulus check would land tomorrow. What you should not do is call IRS. Don't call your bank. They don't have any other information. All they can do is if something is showing pending, it may switch to processed. But 99.99% of the reports I have had from viewers of this channel show the deposit just appearing. It doesn't sit in pending status and then switch to pending, to available funds. I haven't seen that in nearly 99% of the time. But more about when you could see your stimulus check, if you haven't seen it yet, coming up in a second. What also happened earlier today was the President of the United States addressed the situation across the land, and especially addressed the situation that happened in Georgia. The president met with the head of Ireland, who you saw on Noontime LA, speaking with the vice president. He's on the TV screen. Here is President Biden speaking minutes ago about the situation in Georgia and also wishing Americans a happy St. Patrick's Day.
I'm going to make a brief opening statement about a current thing going on in the United States here, and that is the shooting down in Atlanta, where 8 people were killed and 7 women, 6 of Asian American background. And I was just on the telephone briefed by the Attorney General of the United States and the Director of the FBI, and the investigation is ongoing, and the question of motivation is still to be determined. But whatever the motivation here, I know that Asian Americans are very concerned, because, as you know, I've been speaking about the brutality against Asian Americans for the last couple months, and I think it is very, very troublesome. And but I'm making no connection at this moment to the motivation of the killer. I'm waiting for an answer from, as the investigation proceeds, from the FBI and from the Justice Department. So, so I'll have more to say when the investigation is completed. Now, I want to say happy St. Patrick's Day to the Taoiseach. It's good to have you on television. But next year in Washington, for years, as you know, Taoiseach, we celebrated this St. Patrick's Day. I always put on a breakfast at my home, and as the Vice President's residence with leading Irish Americans, your ambassador, our ambassador, as well as some of the prelates who were involved with us. And it was always a good time. Then we'd go into this very office. You'd sit in the chair over here.
What the president said yesterday, however, was really the important news, which is that if you do not see the stimulus check today, don't worry, because the stimulus check is arriving very quickly. Now, the important messaging is that stimulus checks are arriving in a faster time frame than the second stimulus. Throughout today, I've been telling viewers that it's important to remember that every process has been changed under this administration, from Treasury to the rollout of the stimulus check. Here's how quickly all stimulus checks will be landing in people's bank accounts or mailbox.
We're going to reach two goals in the next 10 days. 100 million shots in people's arms. 100 million shots. And 100 million checks of $1,400 or more in people's pockets within the next 10 days. We're on the way. Help is on the way.
What's not helpful, however, is this item, the Get My Payment tool. I've been telling viewers for over 3 months, maybe even 5 months, it is a tool that doesn't work. And today the tool caused more confusion as it continued to report either no information or information that was delivered today and viewers hadn't gotten the stimulus check today. Best advice is that if you use the tool and it doesn't provide you information, don't rely upon it. The tool is not reliable. Moreover, don't look to IRS to replace a third stimulus check at the moment. In fact, IRS is now saying that don't use a series of items like amended returns to fix anything. IRS, in a very important message just a few days ago, said if you're missing a stimulus check, if you're for a third stimulus check, if you are worried about the child tax credit of $3,600, if you're worried about the earned income tax credit, do not use an amended return to fix that situation. Rather, it says you should wait because we will have guidance about that as well. Coming up in a second is more about what Jerome Powell said during that FOMC meeting. But let me tell you the big update that you need to know going into tomorrow. If you have not received your $1,400 stimulus check by the full end of today, it's likely to land tomorrow if you think you are a direct deposit recipient. But how do you make sure that you are a direct deposit recipient? Here's what to know. First, ensure that you are not a dependent on someone else's tax return. If you are, they have your stimulus check. Number two, ensure you're not a payee for benefits. If you are, they have your stimulus check. Third, one of the viewers, Rocco River, had incredible insight earlier today. Rocco River uses the Direct Express card. Where Rocco River lives, it's underwritten by Wells Fargo. Other people, it's underwritten by Comerica Bank. But in the case of Rocco River looked for the direct deposit on the Direct Express card, did not show it any time today, but then went to look to the Wells Fargo account tied to the Direct Express card, and there it was. Number four, some viewers are reporting that they're seeing stimulus checks in strange locations. So this is my biggest update I can say to you for purposes of direct deposit, is look at all different deposit accounts that you think may be an issue, whether it's yours or someone you're dependent upon, because a stimulus check may be located somewhere which you didn't think to look at. Finally, I have a big surprise for you where the stimulus check may be if it's not there by direct deposit today, tomorrow, or early next week. I have those details coming up in a second. But first, let me cut to what happened today. And this is really, really huge news. You heard me talking about this for a while. And while I was talking about it, I consistently said that this man, Jerome Powell, would indicate today whether he was going to do something different with the economy that could impact your fourth stimulus. Well, minutes ago, Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, addressed the American public, and this is the breaking video which explains what the Federal Reserve decided to do about the economy and your stimulus. Let's watch.
And to meet these standards, we'll need to see data, as I mentioned. So what does this SEP really say? It says that we're committed to our framework and to the guidance we've provided to implement that framework. We will wait until the requirements set forth in that guidance are clearly met before considering a change in our policy rate. And the last thing I'll say is this. The state of the economy in 2 or 3 years is highly uncertain, and I wouldn't want to focus too much on the exact timing of a potential rate increase that far into the future. So that's how I would think about the SEP.
What's important in his message is the following, that the economy as you see it today is improving, but it's not where it needs to go. The economy has a lot more improving to go. And for now, the Federal Reserve made very clear he is not modifying his policies. This is hugely great news for stimulus. 100 Democrats in the House and the Senate want reoccurring stimulus checks every month, presumably to the end of this year, presumably $2,000. They would have been derailed had the Federal Reserve said, you know what, the economy's pretty good. We think it's actually growing too quickly. We don't want to support it anymore. Well, that's not what the Federal Reserve said today. The Federal Reserve said today, you know what? This economy is the same economy as it was 2 months ago. It's unchanged. So we are not changing our policies. Huge, great news. Number one, it means that forced stimulus is going to drive straight forward. It's on a new tow truck with a new tow hitch, and it's heading towards the finish line. The new forced stimulus has everything now in favor of it. Retail sales, bad last month. Unemployment, still bad. Labor, still bad. Job creation, still bad. The economy is still not good. And the Federal Reserve today confirmed that. Said, maybe the economy is going to be good in 2 years from now, but we're not going to change supporting this economy. All three instruments of the Federal Reserve, buying bonds, buying mortgages, and keeping interest rates low, are unchanged. And Wall Street is loving it. And I'm loving the love in the room as well. Someone just dropped there is Giselle. Thank you for Giselle for becoming a Purple Hawk. I have more about this breaking details and more about where your stimulus check may be. I have an insight you're not going to hear anywhere else coming up right after this commercial break in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. Among the big financial news today is Snap, the online social media platform led by Evan Siegel here, made a major purchase of a technology company out of Berlin that'll help size items for clothing when you buy it online. Also, Ford Motor Corporation announced that allows some of its 85,000 business employees to work remotely even in the weeks coming forward. That it says it's reassessed how working remotely works across the board. During the commercial break, I saw some great comments. One of the comments was from Francesca Lee. I haven't got to my third stimulus check either. I got my first and second by direct deposit. So Francesca Lee is expecting the next one by direct deposit because the first and second came that way. Well, guess what? I have a big surprise exactly for that situation, and it's coming up right now. But first, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm ranking. Let's see if we can get to 5,000 likes in this video. Francesca's example is the one that I was going to go over that I teased before the commercial break, and it's this one. If you receive the first stimulus check by direct deposit, You receive the second one by direct deposit. Guess what? The third one may not come from direct deposit. Yes. Why do we know this? Under first and second stimulus, we saw a trend line. This is what happened. A lot of viewers who got the first stimulus check by direct deposit awaited the second one by direct deposit. But guess what happened? It came by paper check. IRS was asked why are some people who had set up direct deposits receiving it by paper check, some even by debit card. IRS said, we don't really know, but we're just choosing different platforms sometimes, and we have no explanation when some people would get paper instead of direct deposit. This is what you need to know. And you're only going to hear from this channel. And the last time I made this announcement was in December. Well, I've made it also throughout today as well. If you received your last stimulus check by direct deposit, this one may come by direct deposit or by paper. If you receive your last stimulus check by paper, it may come by paper or by new debit card. That is what IRS always tries to reassure people under second stimulus, and it's likely to be the same situation as well. Now, while this may have been a concern to viewers in December of last year, it's no longer should be a concern to you anymore. Why? Because the president's message is very loud and clear. Don't worry. Everyone, whether you receive your stimulus by debit card or by paper check, will get it within 10 days of when it became law. 10 days of when it became law is next week. And here he is saying it again.
100 million shots in people's arms. 100 million shots. And 100 million checks of $1,400 or more in people's pockets within the next 10 days.
It's important for a few reasons, and let me go over them right now. What I want you to promise to yourself is that if you have not received the stimulus check by direct deposit by the end of this week, then watch the mail very carefully. Do not throw the mail out quickly, because in the mail may be the paper check. It may also be the direct deposit, the debit card for the stimulus check as well. You may be expecting direct deposit, but by getting it by paper check. Again, this is the message I have to make very clear to you across the board. So where should you sit if you're starting on a new afternoon and you're about to go into 2 hand-fisted green beers? Don't worry, it's too early to worry because we still have more hours in the day in which the stimulus check can appear. That's item number 1. Number 2, the stimulus check could still appear tomorrow electronically. Number 3, there's a lot of fake narratives out there. Among the fake stories, where am I? Here I am. Among the fake stories I've heard today are 1, everyone's stimulus check is being held by IRS. Untrue. Everyone on SSI, your stimulus check is being held up because you're on SSI and SSDI. Really untrue. And to the person who ever started that false rumor, how dare you? It's an awful, awful rumor. Horribly bad rumor. Third, that stimulus checks are going out direct deposit in different waves, meaning one went out 1 week, another's going out another week. Also untrue. They all went out direct deposit last Friday. They're coming in different days to different bank accounts because of the way the banks operate, not because of anything about you. People try to make this always about the person. And ultimately, it makes the person feel as though they are insignificant because they didn't receive it when they thought they received it. It's not you, it's the bank. The banks have decided to do things certain ways. If you're just joining me, let me tell you the big update. The big update is, first, there's a series of reports that say some users of H&R Block and TurboTax are reporting difficulty receiving the third stimulus check. As to the viewers of this channel, I have heard no one receive it by TurboTax. I have received a notification of viewers who have easily received it on the Emerald card from H&R Block as earlier this week. Viewers of this channel have received the stimulus check on their Citizens account, PNG. They have received direct deposit on Bancorp, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People's United Bank, US Bank, PNC, Chase, Wells, and Bank America. But no viewer of this channel has yet to report deposit on Comerica or Comerica Direct Express card. Viewers have reported deposits on Direct Express card when it's underwritten by Wells, but not when it's underwritten by Comerica. That is where we are currently at 2 o'clock. The situation's changing very quickly. So ultimately, that was where we were at about an hour ago. I'm back live with you with one last recording. In that recording, we will be going over a Q&A in which I see if there's any more information we are hearing about the stimulus checks late in the afternoon. But as we go into about 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on West Coast, these are banks which some viewers, but not all, and trust me, there's some that say no, but these are some banks that some viewers have received the deposits for. Who are they? Citizens, PNG, Bancorp, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People United, US Bank, and PNC. Viewers have not reported the receipts of the stimulus check if they are on Comerica or Comerica Direct Express. I'll have more updates across the board. But boy, it's a big day with a lot of news. The other news that I want to report to you is that the White House is getting ready for forced stimulus. And that forced stimulus, you may think, sounds very rich. But guess what? This president is ready to spend. A new report that came out on Friday said the president's ready to spend a lot of money in a lot of places. And while you may have seen 2020 as a year in which people, elected officials, did not want to spend on stimulus, it's all different. The push is underway for reoccurring stimulus checks every month until the end of the year. That would be 6 months at least $2,000. So we're looking at $12,000 to $16,000. That is great news because it's a lot more than hazard pay. It's a lot more than FPUC retro. It's a lot more than SSI, SSDI, VA railroad benefits of $2,400. And it would qualify for you. You would qualify for it if you make less than $75,000 a year. If you're on SSI or SSDI, if you're a senior, this would be you. The last stimulus package you saw throughout the day, well, the third stimulus package you saw throughout the day, the videos with Chuck Schumer talking about the wonderful relief that was given to kids. Well, now it's time to get your relief. And that exciting news is just around the corner as forced stimulus is heating up. Let me see some of your incredible comments. TurboTax got it Friday. There we go. Awan Men 23. I really appreciate that. So Awan Men said that Awan got it on TurboTax on Friday. That is really, really great news. Thank you for that big update. Lisa, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Anyone else on SSI gets stimulus, says Nigel. Thousands and thousands of viewers this channel, Nigel, have gotten stimulus on SSI. It's not an impact of whether you're on SSI. It's rather who you bank with. So thank you for your great question, Nigel. Citizens Bank got mine today, but my mom on Direct Express got nothing, says Jacqueline. Thank you, Jacqueline. So that's a second viewer that reports Citizens Bank they've gotten the stimulus check, but another problem with the Direct Express card. I presume it's probably the Comerica underwritten version of the Direct Express card. Thank you, Jacqueline Perez, for that comment. My daughter has Direct Express run by Comerica, and she didn't receive it at all. Latasha. So that is the consistent theme that we're hearing today. Tomorrow may be the big day, because this is a big one. Trish, Chase direct deposit today, $2,800. Congratulations. Great news. So that's another Chase success story today. Congratulations, Chase. Let's see. I'm on SSI, nothing yet. I bank with Brinks. Tawny, well, thank you for the very great comment. Bancorp, Andrew. Nothing yet. Some viewers have received it from Bancorp. So thank you for your comment. Another person said received it from Chase today. Good. Someone says nothing from Comerica. Another one says nothing from Comerica. Michelle says nothing from Chase. Linda's having problems with Comerica. Kim Len says nothing from Chase. We'll give it a little time, Kim Len, because a lot of viewers are starting to see it more from Chase. Juggalo, I'm on SSDI and I'm with PMC. Not yet. I have seen some from PMC and I have seen some from PNG. So give it a little time. But thank you for your comment. Let's see who else we got. I received mine with Capital One today, says Nicole. That's great news. So thank you, Nicole. I'm going to add that to my list. Capital One, that's a new bank, which we had not seen. So thank you for your big updates. I'm back with one more video in which we go over Q&A. Which banks are paying? Which banks aren't paying? Who may pay tomorrow? And what's going on with that Direct Express card? Yes, I go live and I'll be answering all your questions. Bring all your questions and jump in as Afternoons LA continues. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and stay with LA for more.